Today, we're going to review the Litheli 220 Brushless Snow Shovel. This is a review of the Litheli U20 2x20 volt brushless power snow shovel. The initial feelings about this snow shovel is that it's very well made. It feels very high end and it looks very high end. Honestly, the batteries that come with it are also power banks, so they allow you to charge things. The pole that comes with it inserts nicely. Everything is a high quality plastic. It feels like that it would survive a snowstorm or being able to shovel. One of the things I loved about this was the fact that you could move the tines. You see that the blades are pretty normal. They've got plastic there, but you could actually rotate the tines so you can throw the snow left and right as you're pushing along. A lot of these snow brooms don't allow you to do that, and that's what I liked most about this particular brand. All right, today we're going to take a look at the Litheli Snow Broom. We got a ton of snow overnight, and we're expecting a lot more snow later on today. It's kind of unusual for our area, so I bought this because I thought it would be, around 6 inches of snow, but it turns out right now in the morning we're probably looking at 7 to 8 inches, I'm guessing, of snow. So we're going to see if it can cut through it. This is my second time using this. The first time it was a lot lighter snow, so it wasn't really worth making a review on. However, this is really going to put it to the test. The Litheli comes with two batteries, which are kind of interesting. They're 2.5 milliamp batteries. I'm sorry, they're 2.5 amp batteries with 12,500 milliamps. Pretty powerful batteries. Kind of an interesting thing. You charge them up here, and then you actually can charge something off of this. So it's an interesting setup. I don't know why you would charge things off of your snowblower battery, but it's a nice little battery pack to have. It does have a button here to tell you that it's fully charged. All the lights are on, and it comes with two of those to be able to run the snowblower. So we're gonna lock and load on this bad boy, and we are going to see how she handles this snow. Now, for those of you who are snowblower connoisseurs, I am not, okay? So it took me a little while to figure out how to snowblow a driveway because it's a lot different than just shoveling it. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what she does, and we'll go from there. Well, as you can see, it moved the snow pretty well, actually. If you look at that, I don't know how high that really is, but that's some pretty deep snow there. So we're going to go back the other way and see how she does. Blow it into the garage there. I'm going to blow down our sidewalk here.
What are you doing here, Andy?
Well, you might wonder why I'm snow blowing the yard. Well, we have a Moyen poodle who stands maybe 18 inches tall. I got a funny feeling that his head's going to be buried by the time this is done. So we're gonna shovel him off a little area for him to be able to do his business in, and he'll probably go right on out past that area and go right into the deep snow, because that's what he always does anyway. But we're gonna go ahead and clear him out of the sky. Okay, so as you can see, this is a really heavy snow. It's crazy. So I'm going to turn this thing around and show you how much we got done before the battery went dead. The battery lasted somewhere around 12 to 14 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. We got half the driveway done at snow that's, shoot, I don't know if you can measure this. Can you grab a tape measure? So it looks like we're right a little bit below 8 inches, and it's still coming down, so we'll have a lot more. I believe this snowblower's done a great job for what I'm putting it through, because it really wasn't meant for this, and it's kicking some butt. So we'll put them on charge and see how fast they charge up to be able to get back out here. Talk to you later. Okay, my honest review for this shovel is that it actually did a magnificent job. As I said in the video, I had used it before on a lot less snow. We had gotten like 1 to 2 inches, and I kind of felt like it was pretty heavy for that. You couldn't like pull it back very easily because it was kind of a heavy piece of equipment to lug around. At first it doesn't feel like it is, but after you run it up and down the driveway a few times, it gets to be a little bit heavy. And since it's not on wheels, it makes it a little bit more difficult. However, as the snow got heavier, it became a lot easier. And I don't think I could have done this job without this snow shovel. Frankly, it did a magnificent job. The snow that we had was snow that was around, I don't know, 15 to 17 degrees outside. So it was very cold. So the snow was pretty powdery. It wasn't a very wet snow. So I'm not sure how this would work on a really wet snow. If it was this heavy and wet, I'm not sure that it would have done a good job. It might have gotten jammed up and might not have ran very long. And that leads me to my point of runtime. It ran somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 minutes or so before it died off. But you have to admit, what I was using it for was way more than it was intended for. I mean, I was probably trying to blow somewhere around 8 to 9 inches when it's only designed for about 6. So it really did a great job for that 8 to 9 inches, and 15 minutes was plenty of time to be out there. We did half the driveway, the sidewalk, and a spot for the dog in that 15 minutes. So it really blew plenty of snow in 15 minutes. The one thing I was concerned about was how long it took the batteries to charge, because once again, as you saw, I only got half the driveway done in the 15-minute time. Well, the good thing was that it took about an hour and a half for the batteries to charge all the way. Very impressive. Took them back out, got another 15 minutes easy. I have to say, overall, I'm super impressed with the Litheli Snow Broom or Snow Shovel. It's a brushless snow shovel. And frankly, what it has caused me to do is it has caused me to start looking at more of the Litheli brand products that are out there. I know they have a mower, they have a chainsaw. I love the batteries. It's kind of cool to have a power bank, because you spend all this money on like a snow shovel that you're going to use maybe once a year if you're in Cincinnati. Maybe nothing for like 3 years. That's why so many of us here don't have snow blowers, is because you don't use them that often. But having those power banks, you can certainly use them to recharge your laptops. You can use them to charge your phone. They're just a handy thing to have around. So it is something that the batteries can be used for something else when the other items are not being used, because they're not being used all the time. Just frankly, I mean, how often are you going to use a chainsaw? How often are you going to use a snowblower? Not that often, but you will use those power banks quite frequently. My overall review is I'd give this sucker 5 stars. I love it. It's a great piece of equipment, high quality, and can't speak more highly of it. Thank you, Litheli. You did a great job and saved my back a little bit. Thanks for watching.